I'm on here now. Yeah, man. Stevie. Not that me. How you doing, Stevie, mate? Hope you're good, man. Ready? We're going for the Borough top again today. Tough one for Borough today, like West Brom. Naughty that, like. Saying that, the West Brom but they were last season, I think. Kelly, Gabby. Hey, Gabby, how you doing, matey? What's happening today? I forgot who you support now, Gab. Someone crapping it. Kelly, nice one, Kelly. Good to see you. Hope Stig's all right there. Well, mate, I'm out of the loop with all the YouTube goings on anyway, so today's just about footy anyway, and sport in general anyway, because there's loads of good sport on, this weekend. Just realised there tonight, U6 fighting that Dubois, isn't it, right? Is that for the is that for the belt and everything? Is that for all the titles as well? Sure, we'll have some boxing fans in. Get enough people in, might even have like a little quiz as well, because I've been dying to use these new questions. Never had the chance. Who do you support, Gav? Is it East Fife or someone like that? I think it is, isn't it? East Fife. Yeah. Cowdenbeath. Imagine, imagine having to support Cowdenbeath or Ross County. Nearly as bad as having to support Lincoln, like Dave. Saying that right, I don't know if he's in yet. Well, I'll say it now while the Spiders in, right? Wouldn't have been able to do, oh, it's Celtic. I wouldn't have been able to do this today if it wasn't for Smithers, to be fair. And the reason for that is that we've got a bad habit in here. Rice and peas. What's happening, brother? Um, in this house, I don't know what anyone else is like. We're always losing remotes, right? The worst one is the Fire Stick remote because you can only use it on that. Well, you shouldn't lose it anyway, but I've just got a bad habit of losing it anyway. We usually find it again in the bed or something, but we can't find it, so we haven't been able to watch the Fire Stick, which I need to watch this Borough match. But luckily, Smithers, I was talking to Smithers last night, I mentioned it, and he said, oh, there's an app on your phone. There's an app where you can use your phone as your Fire Stick remote. I didn't know about that, but fair play to him, like, because I downloaded the app and it's worked straight away. But I don't know whether it's to do with that or not, but it's like it buffers a little bit as well. I'll soon see, like, when the match is on. Soon see. Rice and peas, what's happening? Why is this the rice and peas from? Is that the Cockney bloke? Remember from years ago, back in the day? That one, Pablo days. That one. Wraith Rovers are your local team. Yeah, oh, feel sorry for you for that. See what though? Just sticking with the football. Borough need a win, like need a win, Paddy. Anyone who watches the football on a Fire Stick, especially the EFL, it's mad because there's two options. One of them's got the commentary from West Brom's local commentary. So obviously they're going to be a little bit biased. And then you've got the Borough one. Luckily, it's the Borough one that's wearing. The fella you might know, the lad who does the commentary for Middlesbrough, he has for the last few seasons. I forgot his fucking name already, man. Used to play for Southampton, but he played for Borough for a long time. He used to play for Southampton. I totally forgot his name. Don't know what it's like anywhere else, but the sun's coming out now. Sun's coming out now, but the sky is absolutely black outside here in the northeast. I'm looking on the telly at the match there. West Brom, glorious sunshine. Watch a bit of York races. Glorious sunshine there. Goodwood sunshine. I don't try and I'm not even, I don't even try to deny it. Like I've said, that I put loads of weight on since I've been off work. Blaming it on these tablets that I'm on. But I've put about a stone on there. Plus, this top is only medium. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm not going to stand up in it because it's even worse down there. Probably should have got the large, really, but got a footy bet on it as well, just at a few quid. Leeds to win, Cardiff to draw, Coventry to win. Oh my God, just realised I've only put this game down for a draw. Didn't even know. Now it's buffering as well. Blame it on Smithers, like. Can we get a few more people in? Can't believe Borough sold Chuba Akpom. Chuba Akpom. Here he is. He's the gadget. Big J. Big G, you're in York, aren't you? I've just been watching York races. They're absolutely glorious. So, looking out the window here, honestly, saying that it's sunny now, like, but are you here for the afternoon, like G, or are you got some cleaning to do, or what? Is everyone going to be here for the match? Because we want the roving reporters coming in with the goals and that. I think last week when I did this, Ash jumped on, didn't he? Cumbrian Truth, but he won't be jumping on today, will he? So, is that right? That he's back in the slammer, is he? Catch you in a bit, mate. Nice one for dropping in. Make sure we hit the like button there. Yeah, hit the likes as well. Because last time when nobody was saying hit the likes, it's something like 9 likes or something. It's embarrassing that, like. Did everyone get a notification or what? Or Have you just, has this just popped up? Recall Prison, was that live as well, Stevie? I heard. All I've heard this week is seen a little bit of Dickie Higgy Decker. I don't even know where he is, but he's still in Thailand. But saying Ashley had turned up at Diet Chips' house and was all kicking off on the laugh. But now he's been arrested and recalled on the live as well. And, yeah, man, because you might have a little surprise in a little bit. I don't know if you've seen in the. I think I put it in the description. Please, Mick. No notification again. Because I would have to start texting everyone to let them know, like, what I'm on. That's the right one, yes. Yeah, so is that right that it happened on a live, did it? Fucking hell. Yeah. See, I'm procrastinating again, like. Yeah, so in the description, that was it. The description of this, I put sponsored by Saturday, sponsored by Jungle Boys THC Vapes. I know definitely one or two in the chat who've probably had a THC vape or some sort of THC. Well, I've got a few there unopened. Anyone who hasn't tried them, I said somebody give us the idea. Why don't you review them? I'm not going to say who it was, like, but someone come up with the idea. Why don't you open one when you're on your live and like review it? Which wasn't a bad idea, like, but we'll see. Big G, did you know that you can? There's an app on your phone that you can use as your Fire Stick remote. So I didn't know. It's absolutely wounded when we lost it. It's got to be in the house somewhere. It's got to be. West Brom are the team they were last season. I'd be reading. Yeah, so we decided for one season Borough had a decent striker, top striker in the whole league, and then decided to sell him for £11 million. We'll regret that move. Like, I think he's gone. I think he's either gone. I think he's gone to a French team, Lens or something like that. But what's that say about the Borough? No, the 11 millions now, is it really? I'd rather have 25 goals a season. It's got to be worth more than 11 million. All day, how you doing, mate? Are you at work today, mate? It's another stormy day there in North Yorkshire. I know, big jam miles behind me. I thought we were just going to have to go and get rid of the Fire Stick, or because that would be two that are no good now. What was the score early on? Was it 2-0 to Tottenham? I tell you who's playing well. Player of the season so far, from what I've seen, is Raheem Sterling. Have you seen him? Tell you what, he's looking sharper than anyone. 2 goals today and an assist. last night, sorry. I don't know why they sold him, right? Why? Where was he at? Was that Liverpool as well? Wasn't he? Fulham are beating Arsenal. Yeah, anyone who knows any scores who's watching another game, I'm just watching. I've got the Borough game on me, so I won't, unless somebody tells us. Uh, I'll have to check on my phone every couple of minutes. But anyone who knows any scores coming in, stick them in the chat. You know what? I've hardly seen any YouTube. I haven't seen any of that when it was at Flamingo Land. It's always a spectacle, isn't it? Fuck off, Big G. Your wind's up now. Come on, Borough. We need 3 points. Like, it's going to be another one of them. Like, I think we had a bad start last season, but before you know it, like, you're 5 games down, 5 games in, and you've got 1 point. You know what I mean? Are they beating Man U? You know what? I'm going to get it on my phone anyway. But I've got that Fire Stick app, and I didn't dare move it off in case I had to use it. But, and LDR as well. Oh, there's a few. There's a few bets down in there. If it stays like that. He's Phil. Seen a little bit of Phil there early on, warming himself up with the Saturday shenanigans. Yeah, but right, oh my God, Raheem Sterling's looking at Boyo. I bet he's in the dream team. You want him in your dream team, right? Forest 2 will never. Still saying 1-0 on man. Like, it's mad, isn't it? Thing is with Man United though, they're like maybe not so much now though, but back in the day it was never over with them. If you were 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go, it still wasn't safe, was it? Phil, you might want to stop around, mate. This is sponsored by Jungle Boys THC vapes, right? I've got a few, so I've got to open one, freshly opened, and I'm going to review it. That's not one, by the way. That's a Crystal Prime. These vapes, right? Everyone knows Prime, yeah, the drinks. I think it's calmed down a little bit now because you can go in our local shop and you've got every single Prime going. But oh yeah, Silverback, mate. Yeah, so Prime. Obviously, the brand, the drink is like it's already made them billions of pounds, hasn't it? But on the vapes, they started popping up, putting Prime on the vapes, but Crystal Prime. As if like it's some sort of prime, as if it's like the Prime brand. I don't think it is. Yeah, mate. You know what? As well. So I've had a few quid. Oh, Forest are beating Man U 2-0. I just thought I'd have a couple of quid bet. So I sat there and look, I never ever bet on Borough. It's like I just never bet on Borough because they always let you down. But I've got them. I've got 2 draws and 2 wins. Leeds to win, Coventry to win, Cardiff and West Brom to draw. I just realised that they're playing for Borough. So I'll still have 3 points anyway. Around. Oh, before I forget as well, I should be an uncle again by the end of the day. My brother and his fiance expect the first baby, right? It's like due today. And my brother is like a fanatic Middlesbrough fan. He won't be at this game, like, but said to him his away days of going away to watch Borough are over, like. But yeah, I'm just waiting on like a phone call or a text or something. Just know what he's let himself for, man. He'll not. I always get it mixed up with uncles and cousins and all that. I'm taking it back what I said about Smithers on the outtakes. This is just buffering like mad. It's like where I used to live in Middlesbrough. Yeah, there was a pub next door and a pub over. Oh my God, it's gone off. There was a pub next door and a pub over the road. And my fire stick was that far behind that you could hear that we scored like about 5 minutes before the goal. 5 minutes before coming the time. According to the timing on my fire stick, the game has only been on for 5 minutes 30 seconds, and it's 10 past. So I'm already about 4 minutes behind. Yeah, a lot better. The fire sticks are a lot better, but you'll always get little glitches, one you'll always get buffering and that. It's a price you pay, isn't it? Price you pay in this day and age. You know what I've got as well? What I've been trying to try out, right? I've got some footy questions, yeah. Well, not footy, but just random sport questions. We'll just like randomly shot them in, randomly drop them in, you know. I know we've got a few like that. But passes on here. He's a little maybe not a question, but like because I've asked it before, right? I've asked it before, but I bet you didn't know this, right? There's only one sport in the world where you're not allowed to play left-handed if you're left-handed. People who've seen my chats before know that was a question in the quizzes years ago. Only one sport where you cannot play left-handed. No, yeah. Still the best shout ever is that whoever shouted that out before. What was it? The fella off the Halifax advert. Can't remember who it was now. No, it's not arm wrestling. There's old D there. Straight in with an answer. At least he's listening. The others just can't be asked. Or Big G will be Googling it. So he doesn't like it wrong. This fire stick's going back. Someone's going to have to keep us up to date for it again. We've not got the one-handed, no left-handed sport yet. Huh? It's not arm wrestling. It's quite bad, really, if you think about it. All sports that you can't, one sport that you can't play left-handed. It's not a trick question or an outlier. Can't believe that's just gone off. Can't believe it. Nah, sterling effort though. Sterling effort all day. Good. Big G said it before. It is polo, mate. You are right. It is polo. It's something. It's to do with the horses, isn't it? Because if you think, if you're right-handed, then you're always going to be on the right-hand side of the horse, really, aren't you? And it means it must be something to do with so the horses don't hurt each other. While we're on about horses, these low anyway. Are we doing low? Are we doing? Big up to Dennis who's watching there. Dennis, I say, did you ring me yesterday? I seen a missed call. I didn't know it was a missed call though, fella. Sorry about that. I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll speak to you after this. Yeah, so I watched this documentary about Ian Baldwin's stables. It was a four-hour long documentary on Sky. I watched it over there a few days this week. And Oisin Murphy was Ian Baldwin's like jockey. He was champion jockey at the time. But it was just brilliant, man. It showed you, when they go to the races and all that, just all the crap that goes on behind the scenes. And the owners and that, and going to buy, like, I mean, Ian Baldwin, I think his dad was the famous one. It's quite sad, like, because I'm not sure what his dad was called, but he's obviously started the trading off and he's passed it on to his son Ian. And it's just I'm not sure where it is in the country, right? But them stables and all the people that work there, they all live in the state, it's like the purpose-built little village, and everyone works in the stables who you all live there. Honestly, it's proper. Yeah, but anyway, so having watched that, and this week York Race has been on, so he hasn't been that much else on. Right? So I've been watching closely the racing and that. Mad in it. I don't know. I don't bet on horses. I don't trust them. Don't trust them, man. I know you're all just waiting about. I know Phil's just wanting me to walk Jungle Boys, aren't you? See. I don't think anyone's done a live review of a THC, mate. Not that I've seen anyway. It's a good job there's only about 10 people in here. Go on! Oh, what a joke. You couldn't hit a barn door with a space hopper. That's it. You just have all your jokes at my expense. So who got the polo one? Big G got the polo one, right? Didn't you? I'll just buy you another one in. Random ones, eh? How long is the Le Mans endurance race? Can't believe I'm buffering again on the telly here. Easy that, man. Easy that. 14 minutes. Yes, 24 hours. Sorry, 14 minutes on the match. Even though it's 18 minutes past 3. So I'm about 4 minutes behind with the Borough game. But we have got live pictures as well, though. Mick Johnson's beat you there all day, 24 hours. Le Mans, 24 hours. They still do that. So surely they don't like. Surely you can't race for 24 hours, can you? That was a bit dangerous to me, that way. Another 5 minutes, and then we'll get the shenanigans. How many years did Alf Ramsey reign as England team manager? How many years did Alf Ramsey reign as England team manager? It's not 9. He was a little bit before my time, Alf Ramsey. I'm assuming it'd be more. No, it's not 6, mate. It's not 5. Big G only got the polo one because he remembered it from last time. It's not 7, though. It's not even 4. When you think about it, this is a long time for an England manager. I know Gareth Southgate's not doing too badly. Oh, Mick, don't tell him that, mate. You know that. Southgate's coming up for quite a while now, isn't he? Big G, you get closer, mate. Closer. Buffering again. It's not 3, Lou. Phil, it's not 26. Mick, it's not 12. Big G, it's not 10. But you're both very close. Big G's there with that one. 11. Was 11. See, Big G's winning already, but without even trying. Don't even like concentrating or anything. What country's flag flutters over the Galapagos Islands? What country's flag flutters over the Galapagos Islands? You know that one either? Yeah, big shout out Wells Ramsey there. This has gone off again. You know what? I'm just going to put Sky Sports on because that match is just will be quicker getting the scores up Sky Sports. Just got the Soccer Saturday on now. It is Ecuador. Look at him, man. That's it. He's in quiz mode already, isn't he? He's in quiz mode already, Slim. Did you get notification for this, mate? Because I can start the show now. You've landed. He is liking it. I think everyone knows that, don't they? Everyone knows. Word's got about like one more and one more. See if it was a fluke. Here's one for you then. Who wrote The Exorcist? Who wrote The Exorcist? You won't get that one. Technically right, but what was the author's name? What was the author's name? I can't say I've read many of his books. Like, all Leeds are winning anyway. I've got Leeds for a win. They're winning 3-1. It's a good guess from Mick Johnson there, ain't it? Blighton, but it's not right. A writer, Slim's in there with the funnies as well. No, it's not Hitchcock. Oldie, the question is who wrote The Exorcist? What was his name? What was the author's name? It's probably been like a one-hit wonder, hasn't he? One-hit wonder. Or West Brom have scored. Just had a notification there, West Brom. Unbelievable, man. It's not Carpenter, mate. Which Carpenter are you on about? Harry Carpenter. No, his name was William Peter Blatty. William Peter Blatty. Nice Malboard on in that kitchen there. So does anyone know, well, you will know, blackberries. You might call them blackberries if you're posh. If you're posh, the blackberries, right? if you're not posh, they're called brambles where we come from. They grow everywhere, don't they? Like, you know the ones. But we've been out bramble picking. We've had two crumbles. We had one the other day, what Louise made, but today she's like, I think she perfected it. It's like a nice smell. Right, let's get, because we're getting beat in the footy. So today's show is sponsored by Jungle Boys THC vapes. Yeah. So let's read what it says on the back. Grapefruit Kush. Some of the flavors first. Grapefruit Crush. Green Crack. Grapefruit Crush. Yeah. Here we have, whatever you think that says, Maui flavour, yeah. So all these are unopened, yeah. Sealed pack. And the last one, well, it's another one of them Maui things, whatever that is, yeah. Now let me tell you, I have mentioned this before, right, that these THC vapes, there shouldn't be any smell of any plant, any weed, and can't smell a thing. Not a thing, yeah. So I'm thinking grapefruit crush. Yeah. Go for grapefruit crush anyway. But before I open it, yeah. So this is only an idea for today, yeah. The conditions are fine. Louise in the kitchen. There's no kids in the house all day. So it's not like we're causing mayhem. How long's not been there? Like, how long's not been that thing there? Right, so about opening this grapefruit cushy thing. Oh, Man United have scored Slim 2-1. Oh, you probably already know that. 17 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago. So, oh, they get beat 2-0. Right, so this is grapefruit kush, yeah? I've just opened the sealed packet, yeah? THC in a disposable vape pen. Net weight 1 gram. Net weight 1 gram. What does that mean? The liquid's 1 gram. So before we do anything, I've opened this and I just want Louise. I'm just going to ask Louise to tell me what she found. What is it? Right, so Louise, who's not a big fan of these, yeah, she's not a big fan of Borough have just scored. It's 2-1. I think it's 2-1. That means the app on my phone's quickly with Sky Sports because they're still showing it 2-0. So I've just opened the packet, told Louise to have a smell. She said it smells lush, but it does smell really nice of whether you like grapefruit or not. Really strong grapefruit smell, yeah. So I'll be honest, when I got it out of the packet there, yeah. So you can see these chamber. This is like the chamber here. That's the THC vape in there, yeah. There's like two chambers. It says 1 gram. Look, net weight 1 gram. Does that mean 1 gram of liquid? So these are thing on the bottom where you can recharge it. Rechargeable. Because that's a mistake a lot of people make, is when they get a vape and they've had it for a few days and it starts flashing and stops, a lot of people think that's it, but if you charge it up, and you don't even have to charge it for that long. This is normal vapes, by the way. You'll probably get a few more days out of it. 3 goals in 7 minutes at West Brom. 28 minutes for them, 29 minutes for us, and it's the new striker. That's his first goal for the Borough. Cheers. Right, so here we go, right? Sealed at the top like all vapes. So when I'm taking this off, that's it. It's unleashed. Still a strong smell of grapefruit in there, yeah? Right, now I know from before, because other vapes that I've had, there's no getting around it. I don't think anyone could have at least 2 decent takes of this without coughing. So when I cough, I'm going to mute because nobody wants to hear me cough right before you go. So I'm going to have a little take. Yeah. So like the other one, like the other ones I've had, I think they were made by Roots. I think it's the same sort of thing. You don't think you're inhaling that thing because like a vape, you can see it. You can see what you're inhaling and what you're exhaling. With these, there's the first little cough. You tell you that wasn't a bad cough, like you could have choked to death or anything. But there's a little bubble in one of the chambers there as well. Bubble, air bubble. So that was one go, yeah. So we'll have another one. I'll make it a little bit longer and I'm going to try and keep it for a little bit longer. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know. I'm not going to lie, that was like a little bit of a dry cough, yeah. So that's 2 blasts of it, yeah. Now, what you got to remember, I'm going to be totally honest with you. What you've got to remember, people know I don't smoke weed. Last time I had a proper joint, you probably all seen it, and you've seen the consequences of when I've had a joint, you know. So I haven't had any weed or anything for a long time, right? Right, so this is going to be my third go, and then we're going to see what happens, yeah? Because in history tells me that 3 goes of these, from what I'm used to, is the equivalent me of having half a joint. Right, last one, yeah. 3-second blast. Right. Right, I was expecting that. I don't know what that's going to be like. If that's like that for everyone, I'm assuming it is. I honestly reckon it will be like that. But like I say, that's the first I've had today. Usually goes south like after this, doesn't it? Whichever way you want to take it, like, you know. Where's Smithers anyway? Yeah, so these bad boys, yeah, Jungle Boys, 1 gram, wherever it is, yeah. So imagine look at the chambers in them, yeah. Right, there's a little air bubble in one of them, like I said. Maybe I'll have to send it back and say, look, what's going on with the air bubble too. Yeah. But you can see three goes of that, yeah. Now I know how much I know how much weed somebody who wants to casually get stoned and get stoned a few times a week. I know how much money they spend on weed. I know the past experience, like before you know it, how much you're actually spending on it, you know. So for me, the price that these vapes are at, and I know, I don't know, you could use these vapes. Well, Dave Smithers stopped buying weed now. He's totally on them vapes, and he's smoked weed for a long time. That's the best way to put it. Whether they actually do take off, or whether they get stronger or whatever, or bigger, you know, will never make them. Don't think they're can't be legal. Are they legal actually? Are they like legal in other countries, or yeah, I know for a fact that Dave, because I've spoken to him about it. I was talking to him last night about these vapes, and since he started using them, it'll be about a month ago, he's never bought no weed. He's never bought no weed. You know, all that time saved, like with all the messing about, trying to skin up in the wind and all. The only bad thing is, well, me personally, I could have big plans for a day or something, and I could be doing great, I'd have a few blasts a day, so that I just wouldn't get it done. Like, but that's the effect that a joint used to have on us. So it's exactly the same. I've no idea what's in THC, like, or what it stands for or anything like. Not a clue. Did I tell you that I went to play golf? Did I tell you I actually went to play golf then the other day and actually paid to play? Like, had the golf shoes on and all that, took the clubs up, and I knew the golf course would be empty because it was the week before. And I got there, it was hardly anyone there, right? So I thought, right, it was a little bit windy, but it was sunny, but it was windy. And like as a golfer, right, I would rather play in a bit of rain than wind. It's now worse than gale force wind when you're a golfer. You know, you wouldn't think that hitting the ball would make any difference. You know, the speed you're hitting the ball. You just wouldn't think that the wind would make a difference, but it totally changes it. Like, I can't play in the wind. So anyway, I'd already paid me 20 quid, hadn't I? And I said to the bloke, this was like 1:45. I said to the bloke in the pro shop, it was the worst pro shop I've seen as well, man. It was like, I was telling Louise, like, I'm was looking for somewhere to join, and this course is the closest to where we are. It is really, really hilly, but I never walked around every hole. I didn't even know the layout course or anything, but I know how hilly it is. But when you're out looking for balls, all you've got is me sheep's head, haven't I? Like, sheep's head on the boat. And you just casually walk wherever pace you want. But when it was a different story the other day when I took my clubs, I, I used to have a trolley, but trolleys, they're a bit old gadget, old gadget stuff, you know what I mean? So I've got a dead light bag and I carry it, and it is dead comfy. So anyway, I'm waiting on the first tee, and there's somebody before me a two ball, right? But they had a buggy, so I thought two ball with a buggy. I'm going to be playing on my own. I'm not bothered how slow it was because I could just hit a few balls. You know, I could have two tee shots on it. So anyway, I thought I'll wait. Anyway, you wouldn't believe it, right? It turns up on the first tee. A kid who was about 16, his nana who was about 70, and she was driving the buggy, or she was trying to drive the buggy. And I thought, I hope they can play, you know what I mean? Just to cut a long story short, like, I was playing through them after the second hole. But the moral of the story is, or the outcome of the story is, basically because of the wind, because of how unfit I am, and how I had to carry my own clubs, I only did 9 holes and I came off 2 times. I was absolutely worn out after 9 holes. And I paid me 20 quid as well. But what I do know is there's no way I'll be a member up there. So, so that's one thing that's come out of it. Honestly, the old woman, right, Slim, and the lad missed the ball on his first shot on the first tee, like, missed the ball. And then his nana, who was about 70, hit a decent drive. And I just like walked up to the tee as if to say, right, I'm here. And I thought, oh, they've never played golf before in their life, you know. The grandson's just thought, the grandson just thought it was a good idea to go and play golf. But his nana's like said she'll take him. and like they've got a bookie, and that's probably cost her about £7, but he's probably still finishing the 18th now because I see he's been there for days. I didn't get any footage, all right, but you know what happened was the other day at the golf course, right? And it's like I've done it before. I've done it before, and I've said I'll never do that again. Right? But when I got to the golf course, didn't have much charge on my phone. So a trick that I do is I put the screen brightness right down, but I put it down too far, where it was just black, and I couldn't get it back on. Phone was ringing and everything, and I couldn't answer it because I couldn't see the screen. Never do that again. Know that. That's only a few, wasn't it? Like they didn't want to see the review, Slim. Tell you what though, proper dry mouth, you get proper dry mouth. Like. That's your first thing you're getting with that. Not sure about the vapes, I don't know whether they'll go out of fashion, these vapes. Can't be doing you any good, really. Can't be. Got a weird text there. Yeah, big shout out to the Fire TV remote app. Oh, here's another thing for you while you're here. So, I've been banging on about the golf, and the last two majors, I've said Colin Morikawa, and I've said stick with Colin Morikawa. He's going to win something this season, right? And he came second a few weeks ago, right? 40-1. Well, this in America now, I think it's in Georgia or somewhere. It's a tour championship. The last, it's the last big where all the superstars of golf playing. Anyway, after the second round, Colin Morikawa was leading 16 under. I think there's some big names at the top of the leaderboard anyway. But Victor Hovland, he won last week, and he's hit a streak of form, and he's joined top with Colin Morikawa. But I've seen how consistent they are, and I've said that when golfers win, you'll usually find that next week they'll be top five easy, and they play well for a few weeks. And but I've said Colin Morikawa all like this season, and I think he's going to do it this time when it like on the big tournament. So Borough's 2-1, eh? No, one thing about Borough, Slim. I don't know if we've ever spoken about this, right? But as a Man U fan, wouldn't you say the Middlesbrough were like bogey team for Man United? Would you say that? because I've supported Borough since I was like 11. Been going to the games and that. Whenever we've come up against Man United, I don't know why, but we just seem to like up our game, and we've had some beauty games of Man United where we beat them at Old Trafford, we've beaten at the Riverside. It was like, yeah. I don't know. We always up our game. I think everyone does when you play Man United, but I just remember. I remember us being 3-0 up, I think, at Old Trafford one year. Juninho, we were 3-0 up, and granted, I think there was 3-3 or we won 3-2. 3-4. Yeah, this is quite chilled out, like for a Saturday afternoon. To be honest, I can remember 2 Saturdays ago we were shopping. 3 o'clock. Last weekend we were doing something and we got back just about 3 o'clock. This Saturday is really chilled. No, Slim, isn't it? Is it Champions League this week as well? I think it is, isn't it? I know Pep Guardiola is in hospital or something, getting an operation. Like it's been planned, so he's not in the dugout tomorrow. The Geordies have got a big game tomorrow. Got Liverpool, but I think the favourites though. I've got Liverpool at St James's Park. Thing is, Slim, I think it's what it is. It's the thingy we have. We've always had a connection with Man United, one way or another, right from Brian Robson when he came to Borough. You know, they used to do that bit as well. You know, that got a little bit addictive. You know, whether there's going to be goals scored in the game or not, both sides are going to score or no goals. No, I don't think we had couple now. Was it Brian Clough playing for Borough? I think Brian Clough for years, man. Absolute Borough legend, Brian Clough. But yeah, that bet, both teams to score or just one team to score, I used to pick like, I'd always went mad and like picked like 9 or 10. It's absolutely stupid. But the odds were ridiculous. I think it was only ever once when I was waiting for one result and it hadn't come through, and it was from like a game in Brazil or something like that. Right? And all I was waiting on was this the screen to go like was waiting for the score to come up, and all I wanted was both teams to score. I think it was for about £1,500 off a £3 bet or something. I was sat there, I was thinking, just for once, anyway, it wasn't, let me down. Absolutely devastated, I remember. But yeah, you just don't get them. It's like that soccer six that they're doing here, and on the racing, we have to pick the winner in every race. Imagine the odds of picking 6 winners on any meeting. To get 6 winners, it's ridiculous, man. What you should do, if you're clever, you'll do like a lucky 15. Pick 4 teams, a lucky 15, and then if one, you're still going to get something back. You always get something back with one result. Usually triple the odds as well. So if you do a football lucky 15, it's better than an accumulator. You know what I mean? Eight goals. You know what I used to like though? When they started paying you, when they started letting you cash out, offering you cash out, which is like, I remember on that bet there was no option to cash out. Normally there would have been, but the reason was because this game was in like another country, it was in Brazil or something. So it wouldn't let me cash out as well. I remember I was absolutely devastated. But what I used to like about that was how much that cash out changed every time a goal went in. It was like, you need one goal here and see what they're going to offer. And it was always tempting, wasn't it? But just a better bet, isn't it? That's the way I see it. Anyway, Howlerhead, what did I tell you about Colin Morikawa? I've just been saying there, right? He's leading going into the 3rd round in America. Like, massive tournament, golf tournament. 40 to 1 he was. 40 to 1 he was on Thursday. We'll see anyway. By this time tomorrow night. Yeah, Usyk. What's this Dubois like? Is he a good Dubois? Pay-per-view in it, so we will get a bit of. We'll definitely watch that though, because Louise does like the boxing. If it's a big fight, it's one of them though. I don't mind on them big shows. I don't know who's supporting them, but it's going to be some decent fights in there, before like the crowd get it. Like some of them boxers who were on like first on the show, and like there's about 20 people in the stadium, but they've got a point to prove, haven't they? They're on a big stage, and then as the gets later and later and the fights get better, it starts to fill up, doesn't it? But there's usually some decent fighters in there, like I don't know who's supporting. But Dubois, I haven't seen much of Dubois, like. But Usyk, I don't know. You know what? I don't even think I'd even heard of Usyk. Like I do like my boxing, right? But before the days of the first Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, I can say that I didn't know Usyk had one of the belts. I hadn't even heard of him, but I've heard of Dubois. I thought, is he unbeaten? Like, oh, I tell you what, these vapes do, right? They slow you right down. Fucking hell. So my views on the vapes, I think everyone knows that THC vapes, right? I think I do think they're going to take over. So no, if anyone's interested, just leave us a comment and we'll discuss said vapes. But yeah, you're going to get a dry mouth. you're gonna feel like you're droning on. Yeah, you're just gonna feel like you've had about. You're gonna feel you've had. Oh, you came in from cruiserweight, man. Told you, Dennis. That's why. So how's he been able to do that though? So does that mean, like, as a cruiserweight, you're going to be a little bit faster, aren't you? But you're not going to have as much power as a heavyweight. So he's come up right. Yeah. Yeah, but my review, and it'll probably get worse by the end of this because, like, with 45 minutes left, yeah, till like final score. You probably see you do come out of it though, do come out of it, but you're probably not going to want to do much for about an hour after. If I didn't have anything now, it'd be about another hour before, like, I couldn't be doing no sergeants or anything like that. Remember that? So this, what was it? What was it? Three, about half an hour ago. So what's funny? So what's funny is I've got Dennis on the WhatsApp because he still can't get in the chat. He's just texted me saying you're fucking wasted, mate. So what just starts off like that. The best thing is though, right? I can smell bramble crumble, like bramble crumble cooking in the kitchen, man. Yeah, you know what? I think you do get the munchies as well. You know, that's bad as well. Not a smell of weed anywhere. Not even a hint of it. So God knows what happened with the other ones I had. That everyone could smell weed. Everyone could smell weed. You know. They must have sorted that problem out. These jungle boys. Tell you what, I don't get though. These are Howler. You missed it. For anyone who missed it, yeah. So today has been sponsored by Jungle Boys disposable vape pens, right? 1 milligram, 1 gram. In this flavour, come in a few flavours. That one's Maui Wowie. Maui Wowie. But the one I opened, these are all sealed still. Proper sealed, haven't been opened. But I opened this grapefruit one, which proper taste. I mean, it smells more of grapefruit than it tastes of grapefruit. I think that THC, the flavour you get, and what hits the back of your throat that makes you cough, that must be the THC because anyone who has any talk to that is going to cough without a doubt. Yeah, have you had them, Howard? Yeah. All right, and I don't know how. Are they widely available now? Because I can get my hands on quite a lot of them, right? But I don't know anyone else who's doing them, who's selling them. These Jungle Boy ones. Because I think once word gets about, they'll just, I don't know. I think people don't expect them to work. Very crumble there, but So blackberry crumble, everyone, is that custard or hot custard, right? On blackberry crumble, or cold porry cream, like double cream, cold over hot crumble, or hot custard, or cold custard. Yeah, man. Cold Slim, not a chance, mate. I was out. That is not good. But that's what uh, that's what the daughter likes. Cold custard on. Can't have hot custard. It's got to be like, if you're going to have custard, it's got to be hot. Whether you put it on your crumble when it's cold, or you heat it up, which I would heat up, or when it's just come out the oven, it's got to be hot custard all the time. And yeah, we've all had cold rice pudding, but the proper rice pudding that you do in the oven. That's got to taste of its own, though, hasn't it? That's lovely, that rice pudding that you do in the oven. You get skin on it. Just got a taste of its own, but basically all it is rice and a bit of milk in it. But it like tastes absolutely mint. Nothing like the rice pudding you get in the tins. That tastes not like proper rice pudding. But, you know what? We went to a wedding this week. Yeah, went to a wedding, and when I had like the one I love weddings. I love like the whole day and everything. But when it comes, because I'm a fussy eater, when it comes to sitting down for the food and everything, it's all everyone's looking forward to it. That's where I'm like, oh, I just want to sit this one out. You know what I mean? Because I don't know why I'm so fussy. But anyway, this wedding, we from what we gathered, it was going to be salmon or steak. Now I love steak, right? Oh, that was a big weight off the shoulders. But anyway, cut long story short, I sat down and everything. It wasn't like what we thought it was going to be. And I just like, I was just pushing food around my plate and trying to get rid of it. It was probably lovely food, and few of them said it was nice, but I wasn't expecting it. Like there was a lot more to that story. Yeah, built that a lot more, but because it was quite funny, but it's a little bit embarrassing. You know what I mean? Oh, West Brom have scored 3-1. Fuck's sake. Bad boy, howdy. Hope you're good. I've seen you for a while there. Oh, Man United have equalised. That. Tell you what, I don't know about Butter going up, like, we'll be lucky to stay up. Casemiro, I don't know, Man United. Man United, they'll always have a good team, but it's the Man City now, isn't it? It's Man City's time. Man City's time. I think Slim knows that, like, going to take something. It's going to take. It's going to take another Mourinho in it. Jose Mourinho type character to come along and build a team like that. Where you look at Man City, the worst rule that's been brought in this season, and I'm no lawyer or anything, right? So I might be wrong, but the way I see it, they've now allowed 5 subs. Is it 5 subs you can use? So by allowing 5 subs, that means that one of the big teams like Man City, who've got people sat on the bench who could walk into any team in Europe and walk straight into the team. Man City have got them to bring on, so it's like for like. But when it comes to Luton, that's not gonna that's gonna hinder them because they're already struggling for a decent squad. So they'll probably have a few 16-year-olds as their fifth sub. So how can that be fair? That could never be fair, can it? Take 5 superstars off, just replace them with 5 superstars who just sit on the bench. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pep as a player, Pep was Barcelona. Was he Barcelona? Pep, it was in the days of. Remember Risiger? Was it David Risiger? You know, back in the day, people used to. Oh God, we've got a red card now. Oh, looks like we've got a penalty. Looks like West Brom have got a penalty. I bet you because we've had to send it off. What was I just talking about? Totally forgot what I was on about. Oh yeah, players back in the day. You all wanted to play at Man United. You all want to play at the Theatre of Dreams. I don't know. Don't know whether it's still the Theatre of Dreams. Like Tommy Smith's been sent off, second buckle offence. Sending one of those days, isn't it? For the borough. Honestly, my poor brother will be like, his fiance is there. It's like the due date is today. And we seen her a few weeks ago, a picture, and looked like the baby was just ready. You know, that was a few weeks ago. She's still hanging on. Honestly, so he's a big Borough fan, like big Borough fan. So he'll be like sat in the house waiting, waiting for something to happen, and watching Borough get an absolute nightmare. 3-1 down and down to 10, bottom of the league. It's another one, Michael Carrick. I mean, how many more games do you let it go now? You don't get time, do you? So there's a good fight on next Saturday as well in the rematch. That lad from Liverpool and Eubank. What's he called? The lad from Liverpool. Grey haired lad. Knocked him out, didn't he? Knocked him out, Smith, yeah. Nice one, Slim. What's changed the Borough? What do you mean, like Baths from? Well, we sold thingy, man. We did. How can you sell? How can you allow Liam Smith? That's the one. How can you allow somebody to leave who's only been playing for you for one season, scored 25 goals for you, just missed out in the playoffs to get in the Premiership, and then decides he wants to leave and go to a French club? Like, for 11 million, you can't do it, man. And so we've lost our top goal scorer. Like, he was the reason why we got where we got last season. We were terrible otherwise. But we let him go. And I think it just shows to the other players that what type of club we are. You know what I mean? There's a few players are pulling out. Dale Fry, the centre back, and the midfield lad who show any commitment for it, who would like want to play for us. $11 exactly. Nothing, is it? So we didn't even try and keep hold of him. But seen it before with Adama Traore, absolute god at the Borough. I think we got him from Barcelona, and must have knew he must have had something, to be at Barcelona anyway. But he never played in the first team. We took him at Borough, just absolutely the best, dribbler of the ball and speed, the fastest. Got to be the fastest sprinter in the Premiership when he was in the Premiership. You're off, Mick. Nice one, mate, for being in. Nice one for your stop by, mate. We'll catch you soon. But yeah, Adama Traore, and he played for Borough, and it was one of them players where if you got the ball, you're going to be off your seat. Kept him for one season. Ends up selling him for 20 million to Wolves. I mean, why would you go to Wolves? Jesus Christ. And he still couldn't get in the team at Wolves. And then he's just like showing little flashes here and there, but he's ended up somewhere else now. Fulham, I think he's at. Borough will always be a selling team, though. Always. Steve Gibson, the fella, the chairman, he's like a local lad that made his own self-made, like millionaire and that. But you can't just throw money away. I mean, can't just throw millions of pounds away these days. Doesn't matter how rich you are. Catch you in a bit, man. Right, next one for dropping it. They can't blame them, but I don't know. I think the Saudis at Newcastle, they haven't. How come they haven't been spending money? Are they not allowed? Under the rules of because you can't just go out and spend £500 million, can you? As a Premiership team, does it go by how much income you get, or there has to be a balance, doesn't there? So it's fair. But I still don't think Newcastle have thrown their weight about to say that the richest club in the world. They're pretty sure they're richer than Man City. Yeah. Like fair play to Eddie Howe, because when Newcastle signed him to save them, I think everyone took So I think everyone gasped for air. You know what I mean? And we as Borough fans and all that, we were all laughing because we thought Newcastle were going down to Christmas. But fair play, Eddie Howe, you can see he's going to be future England. He's going to be future England coach, and it could even be as soon as the next one, Southgate, when he goes. I think Eddie Howe. We'll have a fight with they'll have a fight on their hands with Newcastle because obviously Sean is like showing how good he is, isn't he? He's only a young bloke, so but there's no commitment with managers either, is there really? As a manager, if you go like look at Pochettino, right? I mean, you can't go from one big Premiership club to another and pretending that you care. You know what I mean? Like you hardly see any players now, like running away kissing the badge, It just doesn't happen, man. Sabrina, who's that? See, I don't even know who that is. Don't you think though that they should be English though? The coach of the national coach has got to be the same nationality, surely. That's what I mean. Like, how can somebody like Sven, right, Sven Goran Eriksson, yeah, how could he have the same passion for England as he would for his home country, Swedish money? You can't tell me that he's got the same passion for England. It just doesn't work like that, does it? Yeah, the women's manager, she's what, Swedish? Yeah, she's done a good job and all that, and you could tell she did. She was like ambitious, but there was already talk of her going to getting coached for her national team, which will probably happen now. But very rare do you see any loyalty like Pochettino going to from Tottenham and then going to Chelsea or something. You know what I mean? And I know you can't. It's all about money, and it's all about money, man. Goes out the window, everything else. Them babes as well are quite good for imagine helping you sleep, because I think a lot of people smoke weed well to sleep anyway. But has anyone been watching any athletics? I've been enjoying that this week. Back in the day, Slick, should be about 5-0 up, Man U, shouldn't you? It's Forest, didn't it? Are you playing Forest? You know what? When I was a kid, I always remember when I was a kid, right? I can always remember I had a Forest kit, red, long sleeved it was, with the big tree on it. I remember it well, and I must have supported them or something because I remember when they won the European Cup and all that. And so I always had a soft spot for Notts Forest. Remember when they got to the got the FA Cup final against Tottenham. I think it was Tottenham. Brian Clough's brother, lived round the corner from me and my mate, and we both. Sorry, he was a Spurs fan, and I was a Forest fan. Sure, it was Spurs Forest. And we were that desperate for tickets. We went and knocked on Brian Clough's brother's door and said, "Could you get us any tickets?" Like, that's how bad we were for them. Like, we did get that, but it was Brian Clough's brother's house. So, but yeah, he always had a soft spot for Forest. I remember when Neil Webb played for him. Remember Neil Webb? And what's his face was in goal, Mark Crossley or Hans Segers. Hans Segers. What's her name? Peter Davenport. He was a Forest. And then you go back to the old real Gary Birtles, Trevor Woodcock. Trevor Woodcock. Yeah, not Trevor Woodcock. I think they did have another little spell in the Premiership, but not didn't stay on for long. So you remember some grey-haired bloke being in charge of the dodgy cash. I can't remember his name. I'm not. My brother, who's waiting for his first kid to be born, it's due today, right? He's like Stato, like Stato. That's changed everything. That's changed football as well, right? All the stats. Opta. It's Opta, isn't it? Can you imagine how mad all that is, right? Statistics, because they have statistics for everything, don't they? Like at the end of a game now, they'll come up with percentages of how far players ran, how many touches he's had, how many yards has he covered. And it just shows a picture, though, doesn't it, when they break it all down like that? But them Opta, they must have been the first ones to think, look, stats could make sport a lot better, a lot more interesting. And obviously it does, doesn't it? Now, some of the things that come out, like, but it's true because the stats. One that surprised me this week was when I've been watching the horse racing. You have like in the studio in ITV, you have I think it might be singing Dunwoody, Richard Dunwoody, or one of the old jockeys. He's breaking all nerves watching the race, like a 5 furlong race. He's watching it on 10 screens, and he's got a mouse, and he's breaking the race down by furlongs, telling you which horse is running faster than the other. And he's totally right when he says at the end of a race, when a horse is coming up on another horse, especially in a 5 furlong race, the last furlong, when a horse is overtaking another one or in the lead, it looks like the horse is running really fast, this one, right? But this one's going backwards, remember? This one's slowing right down, but this one's slowing down as well. They're both slowing down, but this one's slowing down faster. Do you know what I mean? The way he put it, and if you think about it, it's dead right, because in a 5 furlong race, the fastest part of it is the second and third furlongs, and then the horses start slowing down. So they're all slowing down. They're knackered, but it's the one that's the least knackered that wins. There you go. If that has improved things, but I don't know what it is. They make you talk a lot of shit. Definitely make you talk a lot of shit, like, but that's alright. unless you're Louise and you have to put up with it. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. What do we think about Arsenal then? Because they've come from nowhere, have they? Yeah. You're on to a winner there, mate. We're on to a winner. Yeah, so anyone who's interested in them, babes, just leave just get in touch with us somehow on here, leave a comment or something, or I might even, I've got a few people's numbers on here. If you're interested, give us a shout. Because, I don't know, I think there's still a novelty at the minute, but I think some people are just always like smoke, won't they? So you don't see it as a chore. You don't see it as a chore because you're just used to having to stick up, basically. Is there going to be a party? Is there going to be a good time at a party in the future where you're passing away? I don't know. I think, yeah, yeah. Slim, last night we took the daughter and a friend to a what it was. It was called Bounce, which sort of gives it away. Bounce. It's like a disco for kids, but a rave. You know, like it was held in an arena anyway, and they've had tickets for a few weeks. I think the tickets were about 40 quid. But don't know, we never had it back in our day. But you know, she'd been wanting to go, so her and a friend had been getting ready all day, and come down like 4 o'clock already. But it did start at 5, so we're always like, well, Louise is like just like to be late for anything. Yes, Big G. You haven't missed much, mate. Just be talking shit as usual. Who's got a pen? Who's got a pen? Oh, Lincoln are winning 3-0. Where's Dave? Oh, Dave will be on the pitch, won't he? Dave will have all his Stone Island gear on the day. Stone Island rubber gloves he's got. Stone Island apron. 3-2 United, see what I mean? That'll never change about United. You could be 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go and you're still shitting yourself, you know what I mean? When them Borough games that I was on about, Slim, and other people will remember them, even if you're not a Borough fan, you just remember them as good games, like in the Cup. I think we done yous in the Cup, didn't we, Slim? When we got to the final a few seasons ago, we done yous on the way in extra time, and that was a replay as well at extra time, I think. And then we did Tottenham in the same season. We took them to a replay. We played them at their place, and then you come back to ours, and I think we beat one. I think we beat Spurs. I think we got the final. Then we got beat. We always do. Yeah, there's only one person who can wait all his lifetime and go and see Borough Wembley in the FA Cup final. Spend the whole of Friday there, the whole before the game, and then as we're getting our seats to kick off, I went to the toilet before I'd even sat back down there. Roberto Haywood scored. Fastest FA Cup goal ever. Fastest FA Cup final. It was about 6 seconds. So I not only did I like miss the kickoff, like I missed the goal, you know what I mean? Yep, I'll be finished in soon as I'm finishing the final whistle blew, so about 8 minutes. Remember when remember back in the day or any time it should be all the games should be finishing at like 4:45, shouldn't they? You can remember like it would start getting like 20:05 now. There's still like 15 minutes left. It's like, did you see all the I watched quite a few games in the Women's World Cup, and I thought our World Cup was bad or our Euros where you don't get loads of time added on. It was something like 9 minutes in the first half of added on time, and like in the World Cup. But then start creeping into us now. No stopping the clock for anything or adding time on. Some of the games aren't getting finished till like 5 o'clock. You know, when you're waiting for one coupon. Yeah, but Man United always did it. See, my tablet's saying 4:38. Yet there's still 13 minutes to go there on that game. Brentford and Crystal Palace. I don't fancy that game. Like, I think I'd rather. Don't know. I think I'd rather playing some golf balls than watch that game. I'm sorry, but I think saying that though, Brentford's supposed to be all right, aren't they? Supposed to be all right. Yeah. Crystal Palace though as well. He's just defying the laws of age, and he what's his face at Crystal Palace. What's he called? Used to be the England manager. You know, man. He's older than Joe Biden. He's older than Joe Biden, man. Imagine having Joe Biden in charge. You couldn't. Ray, what's he called? Ray what? Ray, whatever his name is. He's like, how old is he? About 80. About 80. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. So we took daughter and a friend to this thing called Bounce. It was £40 a ticket, and it was in this arena. We knew the place. It's not that big, but it was supposed to be DJs and that on, you know, like a rave type of thing, but all secure and everything with security in there. Anyway, we were like that, but we dropped her off. We were there like a 20 to 5. We've seen anything like it. It's just like mums and dads were just like pulling up. We were sat in the car. The mum and dads were pulling up constantly. The dad was open, the doors were opening. Three like the might as well have had no clothes on at all. You know, it was like see who could wear the least clothes. And you could see them all just getting out, slamming the door, and the dad's just looking, thinking, "Oh my God, what's happened?" You know what I mean? That was just happening constantly. It was our dad or the mother, and the doors were opening. It just honestly, it was the same when we went to pick them up as well. But to be fair, they said brilliant. And we got out the car at the end. We could hear the music. Obviously, it was only inside. We were right outside this, like the doors. And Louise was loving the tunes, man. she was loving them, and then I think your favourite came on, Dave. Here he is, Patty Boy. 3-0 Lincoln, by the way, Dave. So get it in there now because we get beat 3-1. I know Lincoln are winning 3-0. But Louise said one of your favourite songs came on. Smithers. You've had it in one of your videos. But yeah, apparently it was really, really good. They loved it. 5 hours. She's lost her voice today, like, for 5 hours, man. Like, boom, boom, boom. You should have heard the bass. There was a bit of like MC going on. Smithers does a good MC, like. Yeah, I had a little chat with Smithers on the phone last night, and like, he doesn't like answering his phone, Dave. Like, text him and that, he just blanks you and shit. And then when you do finally ring him, he doesn't answer. He says, "Oh, I'm having a poo." He's always having a poo. But anyway, I managed to finally get hold of him. You know what I mean? I booked him in for like. He said I could have 10-minute window about 8:30. So squeezed what I could in there, but yeah, after I did have him laughing a few times. He always goes off the phone happier than when it went on. Like I say, it's just getting hold of him. You know what I mean? And then I said, like, when you're at the end of the call, you say, "See you later." I say, "Dave, I'll speak to you in another 6 weeks." Sometimes 7 weeks. That's what I was going to say. So after I've been talking to the battery fit, yeah, after I've been talking to him, sat where I am now, just like, "Yeah, Dave, yeah, 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 yeah." So like, he was in a good mood. Like, he tells you in a good mood, yeah. So puts the phone down to it, right, and then like 2 minutes later, here he is on Tunes as here he is on Tunes as panel, trying to sort the fight out with Shuffling. Oh, it was fucking hilarious, man. I was like, "Is that Dave?" Honestly, do you remember when we had it? Remember when we were do when, yeah, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say now. They make you forget like what you going to say about it. I forgot what I was saying there. Something about Smithers, wasn't it? Oh yeah, so he's like, yeah, so he's on there like he's on there like just offering people out and that. Oh, Fulham have equalised 2-2 Arsenal. See, isn't that that's a derby, isn't it? They're very close, Arsenal and Fulham. They're both North London. I'm not sure actually. Is Fulham North London? It's east, isn't it? I know there's a bit of money down there anyway. I've already bigged you up as well, some of this for sort of the Fire TV app out because saying that, I haven't even watched the Buddy game, mate. I've been watching Sky Sports News because it keeps buffering. I think it's to do with that. Slowing it down. Could be a bit of the weather as well, actually. Oh, it's thundering there now. Same here, mate. Well, it looks like it's going to pour down in a minute. Oh, we've got a penalty, Middlesbrough. 3-1 down. We've got a penalty. Probably miss it anyway. We're down to 10 men as well. Can't get nothing. 3-2. 10 men. 8 minutes left. Not a chance. Not a chance there. They're just winding us up there like that. See, why would you do? Why do that? Don't even know how they've got a penalty. Like. Slow my phone. I've just a goal just come through on that after half. So where's everyone going tonight? Is everyone watching the boxing tonight? Because we'll be watching that, and whoever's on, jump on and have a bit of banter. There's been quite a few lads on now, hasn't there? Like what people joining in. I know Scouser. I think Scouser had a good one, didn't he, the other night? Yes, Charlie, mate. Good to see you, Charlie. I'm wrapping this up in a minute, Charlie, mate. My tea's ready and Borough's trying to wind us up by getting a late goal and the other one. Sun's always out there, man. Lincoln's it's like a sun trap, isn't it? It's like a sun trap. You know? I've always said like Lincoln is in my top 500 places to visit before I die. At least you know you're going to get the weather there, eh? Yeah, Charlie, hope your golf is going good, mate, and yeah, you're all happy there, fella. Good to see you, mate. Now, Charlie's been coming in for ages, man. King golfer as well, he is. Yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up anyway. So, nice one for everyone who's been in. The THC vapes, you know what, you know the one. Definitely a winner. I'd give them 9 out of 10 at the minute. We'll do another one anyway. Do another one day next week or something. But for today, people, till next time.